It is Lord Hayward. I am streaming some game creation again. Uh, we're continuing from what I did last time, which was we're rebuilding the foundation of how I was doing this game because I was doing it in a shitty, dumb way. And it's because I've learned more, and I may be going down a new shitty, dumb way path. But that's life. And I actually sat here for like 15 minutes, like looking at these errors, going like, I literally had this look on my face for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, it was 2 hours. No, it was like 10, 15 minutes. Trying to figure out what the fuck we were doing. Like, what? Until it finally dawned on me. We were this prefab, this UI prefab here, UI county population prefab. I had moved some scripts around, and I think I created this new script called UI population list, where so we're, instead of having all of these lists of variables, like lists that are linked to a main thing, which I call world map load, which is attached to this controller. See all these scripts that we have on here. We have world map load as one of them. We're moving all of the variables just to be attached to their actual, prefabs and things, instead of having it, because it seems to be that it's really hard to keep track of this shit. And I'm working on another game, and that's how I was taught by Chat GPT to do it. And also people in chat for this game on Twitch, people in chat like were suggesting this, and I didn't quite understand what it meant until I did it for real in this other game that I'm working on, where I ask Chat GPT stuff all the time. I ask it like the dumbest shit just to see if I'm doing it right, or to because I can't remember how to do stuff. And it's actually been extremely helpful. I was, if you look back at some of my earlier streams of this, I was anti-AI, and then I changed my mind because there's no way we can fight AI, to, yeah, it's there, we just got to deal with it, to now I'm actively using it. And if you're new, I feel like that's going to be a lot of help. Even probably, I don't know, if you're extremely experienced, it might give you different ideas, because it keeps, not all, most of the ideas are wrong, and it puts out code that is not generally very good, but at least it gets you on the right path. And that's what it's been helpful to me. Like in my other game, I used it to write. It pretty much wrote all of the pathfinding in my other game. I had to debug it, and I had to change a bunch of stuff to make it work for me. And it can't see all of your code at once. It doesn't in its brain. Couldn't even call it its brain. Its few parts of the algorithm really, it forgets what you just told it like 5 minutes ago, and you're like, dude, I just told you that I'm not doing vector 3 stuff. Get the vector 3 shit out of here. So you have to like do that. Like, there's a lot of work with it, but I feel like it is a useful tool. It's just a tool. So I wrote, like, it wrote all the pathfinding stuff, but I had to go through, and fix it and adjust it. I would say though that like 90% of the code of the pathfinding on the other game is ChatGPT wrote it. I mean, there's probably gonna be something at some point. I would, if I had money and my game was to the point, either one of these games, I would hire a human artist. Though I don't like AI art very much, but I do see that eventually we are going to run in, like, we cannot, there's no way to fight AI. We're there, and it's, people are going to start using it, and we can flip out over it, but there's no point to it. Like, we got to unionize the world and get universal basic income for everybody. Otherwise, we're going to be fucked. It's going to be a wasteland. And luckily I'm old, because I'll be dead. But everyone else, anybody who's younger than me, you're going to have to deal with this shit. Anyways, let's go back to what we were doing. I didn't even mean to get sidetracked over there. This always says, this is saying script right now because I can't compile because I have so many errors. So what we were doing is we were creating this new thing. This says it's changed because I was trying to figure out what this is. So instead of what it was before, is we were like pointing to these prefabs after they were spawned. We were like kind of pointing to them from another script in a list and things. We're actually, and that's why their list used to be like a for loop. That's why these eyes are here. What we're doing instead is we're attaching this script to the prefab, and every time when it's turned on, it just pulls up this information from the list, from a different list, because we had all these lists. We still have a bunch of lists, but we're going to pull the information from the list, and it's just going to populate itself. I'm curious, how are we getting this? So every time it loads, we're going to need to put in Yeah, like this name text needs to equal, you know, this county list looks like it's, what was the plan here? I gotta, you know, refresh myself. That's why I was looking through all these. Like there's 45 of these, and we did this a little bit. Yeah, and like we renamed something down there. Well, we were. This is kind of fun, honestly. I had like a lot of fun. It's tearing code out and moving it. The problem is my memory. I can't remember what the fuck we were doing. So this is automatically. Well, it's not automatically. Before it was doing something. This makes it so the text box looks right. So I think we got two different things in this same code. I might have brought over the wrong code. Or not the wrong code, but part of the wrong code. Yeah, I wish I could remember where this was. I think I cut it instead of copying it. So let's look at world map load. It probably was somewhere in here. Finding it though, look at all these fucking commented out bullshit. I should move that to the bottom. So that what that is I already made a bunch of like research buildings, and I just didn't. We're not using them yet because of the testing. But I guess let's not do that. Let's think about how we're gonna do this. So this is this thing when it spawns, when it's instantiated. It's gonna use this script. How is it gonna know what hero is attached to it? Or sorry, not what hero, what population. So the population list is generated in world map load. So this is one of the things we're not going to change because we need a, you know, county population dictionary is where this all happens. When it's instantiated, where is that instantiation? UI population is going to get instantiated when you click on. Let's look at this here. Got to find where everything is. So you're going to click on. Got to envision it because we can't run it right now. So you have the county population or the county info button, or there's a county info panel, and then you click on this thing. I think it's a button. So it's not this thing. So it just says, you know, it's text that says, I mean, I feel like it's this thing. This is on enable. For each thing in here, it's going to instantiate a population list clone. No, that's the name of the whatchamacallit. What is this? Oh, we're using the names. We may still. We're using the names, so we're naming them like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to pull from the list. So we will know. So when this thing appears, we're going to like have to half-ass this. Then we're going to have to do like a sweep through again. This is going to be county list. I wonder what was this county list thing that we might still be using this. County list. We don't know where exactly that is. I suppose we could look for it. Oh, you know, I have it on my clipboard because I saw it in a county population dictionary is what we're getting this from. So we can actually leave that there, but we're going to do this. We're going to go name. This is the game object name. It doesn't like that, but we can put okay, it doesn't like, oh, because it needs to be converted to a string, maybe? I don't remember. No, wait, it needs to be converted to an int. What is it? Int parse? I do this every fucking time. I never can remember. Parse? It's parse? I can't remember. Parse? We'll find it here. We gotta turn off something though. It's parse something or other. Int parse. There we go. And that's what I'm talking about with like Chat GPT. If like I couldn't find it in my thing, I could um if I couldn't find it in my thing, I could, you know, like in my code somewhere else, I could just ask Chat GPT like, how do I parse this? Uh, so I think this is right now. So we're gonna pull this. This is the currently selected county, which is the name of the county, and then this is the name of the game object. We probably, you know, there's probably an easier way to do this, right this second. What we can do, oh, we already were thinking about doing it up here. There's a way easier way to do this. County population dictionary. We have a county population assigned here. So when we parse, or when we instantiate this thing, we can go population. We have this is kind of named oddly. We can go, population is the name of the game object. So we'll go population, get component. Yep. County population equals county list. Oh, it's already there. What's your problem here? UI, because that's not what it's called. I don't know why that auto info. So we can put. So now we have this. This is the population that it is. So it will know its population, and then if we go back to this, we don't need all this shit because it's this thing, county population. We don't need this shit. We need part of this shit. We can go back. Man, I've just been listening to the same music over and over again. It's fucking dumb. Wait, no, we don't need this shit because it's already assigned. We can just do county population. Yep, we can just do that. We can get rid of this. And what the fuck is this? Oh, we're going name, age. We're getting all these components, which we don't need anymore because it's part of this. And we can go equals, yeah, county to string. This part is gone. This was part of like a for loop. No, actually, this is not part of a for loop. This is just setting it right on the thing. So if we just have a bool that is like if male or is male and or is female, or it just says is male, you know, and true is yes, obviously. So we can just county list that shit. Sorry, no, county population that shit. And what is all this crap? It's the same thing. We can just get rid of this. And we can go county populate. We're gonna have a lot of bugs. I don't know. Sex text. Um, county population is male. Oh, I know what its problem is. Sex text. No, we have that right there. Oh, this doesn't. This just needs to be like that. And then we just do this. You know, and I'm paying for the GitHub Copilot. And for a while, man, the thing was fucking awesome. And then all of a sudden it started suggesting worse and worse suggestions. And I can't figure out if it's because I like have so many typos or something. Uh, I don't know what the deal is, but it is getting worse and worse. Like that suggestion it just did. It used to be very much more reliable. Let's see here. What are we doing this? This makes it so the text box looks right. Current building equals null. What are we doing with current building? What is this shit? The fuck is this? This is what it's working on? This is what it's currently building. What this person is currently building that day. I don't remember. No, but this is a current building thing. I don't know what the fuck that is. I wish I could look at this while it's playing right now. Well, we're getting there. We're down to 28 bugs. Oh, I forgot to check to make sure I was streaming to the right thing. It happened one time, and now I'm in shell shock forever. Uh, what the fuck was I just doing? I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at this prefab. I think what it's talking about is, yeah, these activities. Did we drag and drop this shit in here? Oh, we can't yet until all these bugs are gone. Current activity text, next activity text. I would say, so I think that's what this, what did we call this? Let's see if we have any. So this is going to be that, but I'm not quite sure. Current, so we're just going to make this the current activity. I mean, if you insist. County population. This I'm not quite sure what the fuck this is. If this equals null, county list, else, current building name. This makes it so the text box looks right. This makes it so the text box looks right. Need to turn my music up. What did we have? County? Oh, it's not my clipboard anymore, I don't think. No, it was something under world map load, which is like everything. We were calling it county list. Let's look here. I read this, so I started looking at the Unity subreddit, which was incredibly empty. Like nobody, like it gets posts get like one or two um, upvotes or downvotes or whatever. I mean, it looks to me like what we were doing here, and there's like tons of people asking for help. Wait, does this have current building? It does have a current. Oh, I don't know why I was overthinking this. Uh, People are a little bit rude on that subreddit. I didn't post anything. I was just reading it because I was curious, and it's interesting. Like one guy was asking a question that I've had in the past. And but the lack of activity was the thing that was really blowing my mind. Um, this is county. This is gonna be county. Yeah, we're just basically just changing all this shit to county population. Are you gonna give me the suggestion? No. Oh wait, what did I just do? Oh no, this one's just straight get rid of this crap. And this one is county population. Uh, I forget what I was just saying. Oh, I was talking about the subreddit. Yeah, the lack of posts. Well, there was a ton of posts, but there was just the lack of engagement. And it said they had like 83K or something people um, subscribe to it. It was just weird. But yeah, tons of people asking for help, and people a little bit aggro on their ass for asking for help. Just learn the basics, motherfucker. And I don't know if I agree with that to a point. I was taking, so it's so fucking boring is the problem. It's much more fun to make it work on a game that you're failing and to fix, to like fix a bug than it is to go through the C# tutorials that Microsoft has, which I've done a little bit of. I do need to do more. I'm not saying that I definitely need to do more. What the fuck is this? Because that would have so what we're doing right now, if I had probably done more C# basic tutorials, I probably would have been able to avoid what we're doing right now. But I knew in my head that we were going to have to rewrite like 90% of my code, because that's just how this is. It just dawned on me. I don't have my thing up so I could see chat, just in case someone. What else do we got here? Well, it's saying we can run this now. We're gonna have also. I already thought of a problem with this. So I could have avoided all this if I had more basic knowledge, but doing it that way, where you learn all the basics first, which is, better, it's also the boring way. So I don't know. I think people learn differently. I don't remember how to do any of this shit that I learned in the C# thing. It's just like a vague thing that maybe in my mind. It's way easier to not, sorry, it's more difficult, but I learn better by doing and failing, if that makes sense. And then, okay, how do I fix this bug? And then, oh, wow, if I would have known this, but I'm not going to remember that unless this bug has fucking pounded my face for, 6 hours. And then I'll remember, oh, fuck, I'm supposed to have had, I forgot to drag and drop a thing in here like that. Here's one right there. What the fuck is this? No, that's supposed to be empty. Anyways, let's hit play and see this catastrophe. I should have rebooted my computer before I started here. All right, so catastrophe seems okay. Let's maximize this. We're going to definitely find some bugs. Let's, fingers crossed, click on something. The whole thing hasn't exploded yet. Everything destroyed. So this is the thing we were just changing, which I think, I was going to say, I think it's going to work. We got a problem here. All right, so let's deal with that first. The first thing we didn't drag and drop these things in here. Oh, we did drag and drop these things in here. I guess now that it's recompiled. What is your fucking problem? So I'm gonna remember stuff. What the fuck? What just happened? I should have rebooted my computer. I finally got my new computer back from being repaired, and I used it for a couple of hours last night, and it had so many issues just booting the first time. It hasn't had any issues since, but it's just very... All right, what is your problem? County population is... It couldn't... Where did it die? We can do this. We just put a debug log in here. Oh, I also learned some other stuff. So this is what I'm talking about. I was told, I remember reading this thing about getter setters, and it didn't work, click in my mind until I was using it, a getter setter, and I was like, why can't I see this fucking thing in the inspector? It's public, and it's just part of being you can turn, whatever. But so there is this thing that somebody told me, or I read somewhere, that it just didn't click until I came up against that issue, and it just wouldn't click, and I wouldn't have remembered. But now I'm like, oh shit, now I understand how that happens. Basically, in my other game, all of anything with a capital, the Chat GPT or this thing auto fills this in like that. So even though this is public, it's actually private. And so what was happening is you can't see this on the inspectors, and it's fine. I don't need to see that in the fucking inspector. Oh, it wants a thing at the end? No, it doesn't. Where's it talking? Come on, backspace. Where are you at? It wants this somewhere else. Oh, it's down here. Anyways, so like I read that somewhere, but it didn't make sense in my brain until I ran into it and I couldn't see what I was trying to find in the inspector. Then I was like, oh, of course, this is private set. So that's, you know what I mean? Like it's, I don't know. Anyways, what are we debug logging here? I want to see if this fails when we go county population. Uh, and we're just going to put in here county. Oh, we need a plus. And then we'll run this thing. We're going to be debugging this whole stream, next whole stream, the stream after that, because we tore out some major stuff. And I'm hoping during the debugging process, and I was saying this, I don't actually mind the debugging process because I learned and I find better code, you know, like code that should have been better. Yeah, look at this. It's like every other. Isn't that nice? Okay, so it's not. Okay, there's no county population assigned. So where was that thing that was actually I don't hate this anymore. I've accepted waiting for a frame. I've accepted it into my life. I'm no longer angry at it. I'm just gonna wholesale delete all these fucking things though, and we'll deal with that later. So this is the issue: is it doesn't have county population assigned yet, so we just gotta find wherever this fucking thing gets spawned. We were just looking at it earlier. Why is this over here now? Did I put that over there? We don't add what? I'm just looking at what this does. Oh, this isn't this eye. Wait, what? Oh, this isn't right. We need to assign. Yeah, this isn't right. I don't know what the fuck this is. This is gonna assign. Oh wait, no, that is right, or somewhat right. So speaking of that, let's look at if this is set up, and we might be able to look at this in the inspector, and it will make our life easier. And if it's not, we might want to fix that. So we got heroes. We don't need to look at heroes right now. Faction colors, factions, county info. We're gonna want to tear this shit out too and make it better. Currently selected. Is this a county population? They'll just double. Well, I don't think it would let me, but let's double check. County population. It's a list of county populations. We are going through the county we selected, which is if we click here, that will now have county selected somewhere. Currently selected county should be in here somewhere. Where the fuck are you? Currently selected county is Portland. That's where I live. And so this is going to pull from this list, which we can't see. Do we want to try to make it so we can see it? I don't know. We'll deal with that later. It's going to instantiate. And we saw it instantiate the thing. And it's going to have this population clones, that's just some other list. I don't know why we have that. We probably need it for something, but I don't know what. Do we need it for something? We need to kill all the kids instead of making a pointless list. It looks like we've had some thoughts about this already. So this population is this game object. We're getting the component with this component. Whereas, well, we haven't made any of these yet because we haven't. But it would be this thing, and it does have UI population list info, UI population list, county population. This is a public class. Remove all the game object in the list to the index for later clickability. Rename all the game object in the list to the index for later clickability. We can probably ditch this shit too. I think we probably can later, but I'm not sure why this is failing. I'm missing something pretty obvious. Let's click on one that's smaller. So we're going to have 4 of these. Um, scroll view, viewpoint. So here they are. It doesn't think there's anything in there, though. I wonder if we need to go back farther to see. Just looking. What about on the controller here? I made this red because when I first started programming, I would often forget that I was in play mode. It happens less, but maybe it's because it's red. Just making sure there isn't anything else missing. I should probably read with this thing. Currently selected hero. Currently right clicked. Is it because it no? I was like, is it because of this? It should only be reading this stuff. Let's just in case, because I just did change that on a whim, and who knows what the fuck that could have caused. I like to do that, and then I can't figure out. I change 5 things, and then I run it, and I'm like, which one of those 5 things did I just fuck shit up with? Um, I mean, it's definitely instantiating them. Now that we can do this a different way, but we don't need to do that. That isn't our problem right now. It seems to be this is our problem. It should. Is this happening too fast? That might be the case. So back to this thing. All right, it instantiates this thing, and it's adding it there. We could move this up 1, but I don't think that's going to be enough, a significant number of. What we could also do is, what is the name of this? Because I'm pretty sure those maybe like I said, we changed like a ton of shit, but I'm pretty sure that those have to have already been generated. Um, So it's happening after. So that's the problem. It's happening after. This has happened before. So basically, when this thing pops up on enable, this other shit is happening, but this is happening before that's getting assigned. I wonder, so we can do like that thing I was saying I don't hate anymore. We can do that wait for a second, but probably one frame is enough. But is there another way to do this? These are very similarly named. I was trying to think if there's. That's me. That's when I'm just sitting there, like in silence, with a stupid look on my. I'm like, that's me thinking. Um, yeah, this is happening after. Well, let's make sure, but I'm pretty sure that this is happening after. So what we can do here is, I don't want to wait for seconds. I want to wait like one frame. Uh, Wait for one frame. Hey, there we go. But I'm going to call it wait for frames, and I'm going to put in 1, and then I'm going to generate this thing. And I think it's return yield. I can't remember. Yield. I just deleted it out of here. Yield. Why don't you fill in this for me? You know what I'm doing. Okay. Yield return null. What is this I put in here? Private string? What? So, you know what's funny is, I think this needs to be private. Uh, in that other game I was working on, I was doing this. You know, I don't know if this private matters. Where was that one we just found? I was doing this and I was struggling. What the fuck is this shit? We don't want that. It's a bad search term. What did we use? Start coroutine. Um, yeah, it's just the I enumerator. What is this one? Token info. Okay. We don't need this here. Return null. I think I can do reframes here. And it will, if I have 0, why the fuck does it think it wants a string? Token info. How did we do this before? I guess I'm just returning null on this one. I guess I shouldn't fuck with this. I thought I was able to do this with... In fact, I know I was. What was I? I was doing it on like demon spawning or something. Not demon spawning. I have a controller for this one though, but it's much less. I have this bug in this that I cannot figure out, so I've kind of just given up on it. The fuck am I starting the coroutine for this thing? Well, what? I'm not using that anywhere? Oh, here it is. It doesn't want a string. Well, why the fuck does this other thing want a string? System collections IEnumerable. Did I put some other thing? IEnumerable. Is that it's probably not it. Where are you? IEnumerator. An enumerator. All right, so this should I think should happen after one frame. But then what the problem with this is let's put this below this thing. And then I think we have to, well, let's see. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think this will just sit and wait. Since it's a coroutine, I think it happens at the same time as this other shit. I think we need to put that other shit in there. There is a wait for seconds thing. There's a wait for seconds thing. Yeah, that didn't do anything. That may. I don't like sticking all this shit in here, but I guess it's fine. It's fine, right? I'm not sure this yield frames will work either. I don't know why I'm not. So I think it's because I don't understand coroutines yet, like enough. I know like how they run at the same time other shit's running, but I don't know. This might not be enough. Oh, it is. So that was the issue. Is that we just needed this to wait to get assigned. So we're gonna rename this actually. Um, and what happens if I put nothing in here and I put nothing right here? And then I run, whoops. You know, I saw someone talking about this, and tell me if you know what this is possible. They said that they could edit code in the run in the while the game is running in play mode without getting bugs. Like, what? I didn't know that was even possible. I think you had to always restart everything. Maybe I'll ask Chat GPT. Oh, this is something else has happened here. I can't even click on this shit. Unity has croakified, I believe. Except that I feel like Um, I was putting the number of frames in there just in case we had to make it longer, you know, like it needed to be 2 frames or 5 frames. But yeah, I totally should have restarted my computer here. I thought about it, and I got lazy. Okay, so null's fine. So we're gonna rename this because I don't want it to say wait for frames. We're gonna call it um, generate. No updates text. So then when we look at this, we can see that this coroutine, which is just making it wait a frame, is updating the text. We don't need this shit here. We can put this here. So it's going to update all the text in those things. So on enable, it will wait one, and we will go back to this. And looks like we had some other debug log that we could get rid of here. I don't see it. It's some other thing. It's this. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna need to name these to the same thing as the list anymore. So that's part of the issue, is that I had all of these game objects getting named as their number on a list, and it was getting really confusing. And that's, I think, what started this. I actually don't remember what started this tear down and re whatever. Okay, so this looks okay. We have, it says what they're doing each day. Clicking that button doesn't do anything. So we probably should figure out what is going on there. I think it has deleted that. So when on click, we need it to open up the all right, so this is a prefab, so it can't be I think I just deleted this just because I was trying to I was trying to start over here. It can't be, since it's a prefab, it can't be linked to things outside of a prefab. At least I don't think you can. We don't need the map controls open. This is from that other game. We don't need that. So what we're going to do here, this is the thing. We're going to have some population list button clicked. This is set to true. It looks like we already have a thing built for this. Let's save this 60 times because I have trying to retrain myself there. With prefab, you gotta save them in the thing. Let's see here. Well, that doesn't work. We want that to not say population name. We want that to say the thing here. Sorry, I got a supposedly important text message. What a piece of shit. Looking at his text messages while he's streaming. All right. So the problem is, so what is this doing? This is opening this up. That one worked. What the fuck? Do you see how, like, there's a little bit of lag? That's weird. Is it the weight of frame thing? Oh, we gotta. So it looks to me like this is another instance. Don't use that word. This is, well, I guess it does work in both things. This is another instance of this is probably happening too fast for the first time. So what do we got here? This is being assigned. The county population is currently selected county population. Where are we assigning that shit? Is that in the controller? Currently selected county. Currently selected hero. We have a lot of fucking variables in here, man. And they're very long. Currently selected county population. Yeah, and I also read on Reddit, some guy said he said I don't use any public variables. And I was wondering how he did that. Maybe he's using getter setters for everything. He said none of his scripts have any public variables. And it's sometimes I think no. Sometimes I know that people are just talking out their fucking ass to look smart. I like to rant about other developers. I'm not a developer. I'm just some dumb shit about other people. I work in IT, so I do occasionally encounter developers, and I actually tried to develop a website where I hired developers and kind of the IT world, like the neckbeard thing, that whole stereotype. The IT is filled with that, and this this whole, some of those stereotypes are true about these jackasses who think they know everything. Um, Obviously, not every one of them, but I think they want to. I don't know. It's not even worth the time to rant and rave about it. Currently selected county population. So this needs to be. Where are we applying this shit? Because so it says it's a public. We do need other things to access this. So we got to find where this thing selected county. I mean, it should be right at the top. It's a public string. No, it's a county population. It's fucking public. It's right there. It's currently. Oh, is this a getter setter or something? No. Where can I see this shit? It should be right here. Is it because it's a. I've had other ones where I could see these things. This is only usually required. Oops. For private ones. Oh, maybe we need to serialize that other. No, I don't want to see what's inside of it. I just want to see what's selected there. Yeah, it's still not there. I mean, it's not a game object, but it should still. Yeah, we don't need that shit. Curious if this is gonna bug out. Yeah, it's recompiling while we're playing. I don't know what that guy was talking about. I should ask Chat GPT. Okay. I think I can put this at the top, maybe? I just randomly throw shit. Oh, look at that. Never seen that error before. It's interesting. Oh, look at this. Huh. All right, we'll get rid of that since we just got a bunch of errors. Saw a new error. All right, so there's another way we can do this. I was just trying to do it a different way. Let's clear that shit. Make sure it all clears. We don't need that thing. We are assigning this right here, so we can just put a debug log, and we're gonna say. I mean, we are gonna use that, but not. We're just gonna pull a variable out of here. I think we'll just do it first name. And let's see what this does. Potential fixes. You know, another thing I've been trying to do more of, and I'll fix it. I'll do it here if I remember. Is to put, instead of using var, I've been trying to show what we're actually looking for, because I find that that's much more useful. Like it, so it will save issues later. What the fuck was I? What problem were we? Oh, was when we opened this thing the first time. Yeah. Once again, I think this is a waiting issue. It's weird that, I mean, wait for one frame help or fixes it a lot of times, but it to me it seems bizarre that you have to do that a bunch, and maybe you probably don't. There's probably a real way to do it. Population description. This has to have already, because I clicked on that button, right? So it has to have already. So we're gonna do that wait a frame thing. We'll do it right here. You know, like what I mean? Like this feels like a workaround, not a, oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put this whole thing in here. I guess so. I mean, at this point, what is this thing? I'll just leave it called that. Yeah, look at that. It is suggesting the wrong thing. Huh. All right, that's fine. We'll cut this. Where's this fucking thing? Private string I enumerator. What is your problem? You are not returning yield. Return. Is it yield return? There we go. Save. Like music has stopped. Has it been like an hour already? Man, I do like fucking around and pretending like I can make a video game. Um, it has been an hour. Uh, it's pretty enjoyable. It's like playing a video game, but you are the video game. See, now it worked. Oh wait, we didn't even test it, but it did work. This game is so fucking ugly. All right, so there's a bug right there too. That should have moved him down here. Like I said, we're gonna be fixing bugs like man. But I'm going to pause my music and I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back in less than 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes. I don't know where the 15 came from. I don't know. I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see what we're doing here. Turn on my music. Go back to OBS and so we saw a bug. Let's get to that one in a minute. That's farther down the road. Let's go across the top. Like these things aren't clickable yet. So research is though. Research looks like it's okay. It's got the checkbox. Clicking on it looks like it's working. I don't know if we fucked with research. So that's done. Clicking on this, we have these options, but let's go to buildings and let's fix this so that this isn't, well, it's pulling the right info. Let's fix this though so that it doesn't say fuck on it. That was just some temporary thing that I wanted. We should be able to just go to the prefab. And this is gigantic. We're actually going to need to go into the prefab here. And we can just disable this. Save that puppy. And I don't think we're accessing that. It was just, look at all these unemployed people. What's going on there? Yeah, and then we'll max this. This had a weird thing we were doing, and we'll build this and see how it works. Yeah, we need to put a thing that says this is currently being built, but that's still working. We're not getting any bugs, I don't think. We need to get rid of this thing. We need to clear out some of these debug logs here. And so that looked okay. Then let's go back, continue. Let's make sure we can, well, yeah, let's make sure we can close the build menu because that would be dumb if we couldn't. And looks like everything's fine there. Muster army is not going to work. Let's see if we can click on her. Yeah, okay, so this is busted. So let's fix that. So hero list button clicked. So that thing is this prefab. The thing we clicked on is this prefab. Yes, it's this prefab. So what do we got going on here? Hero list button is all we have on here. Oh, we have a way to frame thing sitting on here too, but we're not using it. Gives 1 frame of time before the planet, otherwise it bugs out. This game object is getting getting instantiated. Then the hero list is being assigned to hero, and I think it's happening after that is enabled. Okay, so we do have a hero being assigned. We turn this off for some reason. I wonder why we turn this off. And then we have, was I just using it wrong? I think I was just using it wrong. Oh, you know what? This is how I should have been doing these other ones. I did it this way, but that one I just did, where did it go? Fuck it, we'll go back to it later. It was one of these millions of things. Let's not get sidetracked here. I already am sidetracked. So this, okay, so we're having, like, return this update text. I'm curious why I may have been doing it wrong. I'm going to leave it like that just to see. What did that say? It's not in the correct format? Input string is not in the correct format. Currently selected population is pulling from this heroes list. Oh, it's pulling from the heroes list. We don't want to do it that way anymore, I don't think. Let's put this. Currently selected hero. It doesn't know what that is. Okay, so we made it to a capital thing. Put this over here. Let's put this over here. Come on, you motherfucker. All right. To put a vulgarity thing. This should be a capital. And I don't quite know, once again, what the fuck we're doing here. But we will figure it out in a second. I mean, we didn't change it. We're gonna definitely get a bug here, but we got different bugs. All right, let's fix this how we want it to be. So on enable, check if heroes spawned. Hero button clicked. Let's go back, because this wouldn't have done anything. And this is already working. Oh wait, how is that working? Let's get that out of there. 1 second here. Let's make sure that that's working. What it's basically talking about is this thing is being generated, and it is. It's not spawned yet. What happens if we spawn it, just out of curiosity? Okay, it busts. It busts. It breaks. Why are we accessing this from other things? There's like a couple of things I don't quite know. Yeah, we aren't accessing this. So let's, for a while I got a little hog wild on the instances, so we don't need that. I want to try to get rid of as much as that as possible. If we can, get rid of it. Why is that still blue? You got a little weirdness going on there, buddy? Okay, so on enable, get component. All right, and there is a component here for leader button. So it's getting that component on enable. So that's when it's getting instantiated. It's getting that component, and then it's checking. And this seems to be working. I just want to put this up here. This seems to be working because I guess maybe it's not working. Let's comment it out and see what's. If we get, I think it's once I click the button that we're getting some issues, and I'm almost positive we might actually be able to make that toggle work better. The toggle kind of sucks right now. Yeah, we're not actually getting any bugs until we click the button. So game object name. So we get that far. And then, okay, and so then like here, it's like, no, we don't know what the fuck that name is. We don't need this, we need. These are not the same, but I bet you yeah, I was about to say, I bet you in here we have, because we're trying to get away from this having we're trying to attach shit to the actual game object because it seems to work better instead of having these lists, like I was saying. Lists. Um, let's put this up here. We're gonna get rid of a bunch of this crap here in a second. So this we don't actually need. We can just do hero. And not sure why we did it this way. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's an O. I thought this was like a capital L-O. Population info panel clicked, opened by hero list click. What the fuck is that? What? I don't think we're renaming these things, or if we are, it's happening too fast. So we can get. That's what this string shit I was talking about. We may have just stopped renaming it just to see what would happen. All right, so that worked, and look, it's actually got the right person in, and this is still working with the recruited, like if they've been recruited already, which they have, because this is the same panel as this one. This shouldn't actually be able to be opened when this should close when you click that. I should be keeping track of these bugs. Close. Population description panel when population total button is pressed, is clicked in the county info panel. And we're gonna put that up here because this is we need to fix this. I believe this. Oh, well, let's do this. This can be repeatable when after you click on a hero in the hero list. Then click on the population button in the county info panel. I hit Control S because I am addicted to Control S. All right, so then we need to check if the hero is spawned, which I guess that's fine. Wonder what this is going to be like the first time we compile it. It's going to be a fucking disaster, I think. We're going to compile it for Windows first, then we're going to compile it for Linux, I guess, and then we'll do Mac after that. This one is not going to work on the Steam Deck, I don't think. That my other game I'm going to try to make work on the Steam Deck. So let's go. Where are we at? So Jane here, she's works. If we close this, do we get any bugs? Doesn't look like it. Well, let's double check the console. I could move this console somewhere, I suppose. Maybe up here, actually. Let's put it up there for now. I mean, we're not looking at the scene at this point. And now the next thing to do would be to spawn her. And then we immediately get an error, which is kind of expected. Okay, so spawn hero. UI hero spawn toggle. That I think is actually attached right here. Yep. And we're not renaming this thing though. So that's where this. Oh, I was going to change this. I think this is a county population here. No, it is not a county population. It is a county. It is a county. This is a hero. Like we don't want VAR unless we really have to. County hero tokens. I think this is a hero spawn or stack or something. No, not a lowercase. This is a hero something or other. We can go look. Hero list spawn? I don't remember. Let's go look. Hero. What the fuck were we just looking at? County hero tokens. Spawned token list. Oh yeah, we're changing that away where we don't need. We're trying to do it without differentiating between the heroes and the heroes and the armies. Oh, this is where we're putting in the whole list here? I guess we are. Okay, so we would have to do a list here. I guess I'm not doing that right. Oh, we have to do equals new, I think. No, it's not like that. Here, it's like this. It's like equals new. But we want this actual list. So let's leave this as a var. This one we'll leave as a var. It's fine. We don't need to get them all as vars, but we just want as many as we can. It saves issues down the road, I feel like, if we can nope, I went too far. Went too far for the var. I say this like every stream, but I think I'm the funniest fucking guy around. No one else does, but I do. So what are we doing with this? This is... We don't need this shit. We don't need this shit either. What we can do instead, actually, is we can have a hero variable that is just hero, and we can get... See that bullshit? I think we might... This is actually on a parent, if we look at this thing. The thing that we want is actually right here. Oh, no, it's not. We need to get this. We need UI hero list. I don't think... that's what we need. Why are you mad? Oh, right. No, that's fine. That's fine. Then we need dot hero to be there. But the thing is, this is an apparent one, so get component maybe in parent? I don't know. There we go. Good guess. What is this shit? Get it the fuck out of my face. All right, then we get a county list. And then we have this other list. This is just a single currently selected counties, right? Because this is a dictionary. That's what we could have fixed to fix this thing. This is a dictionary, so we could. What are we using this for? All right, we don't need this fucking index thing anymore. We're getting away from numbering our game objects and shit. We could change it a different way. Like, it will depend on what what will be more useful for development. Are they? If we look, I'm gonna go back to here. Basically, if we look at this our list of heroes that are, over here we're gonna have the list of heroes that are living in that county, right? Is it easier to see their names as zeros? Do we want to see their actual names? Do we want to see whatever, how tough they are, in the inspector? And I'm talking about for the player. This is some weird live version of a song. I'm not into live versions, unless that's what I started with. Okay, so what are we doing? We are instantiating. All right, so this is checking. It's like, hey, is this hero already have a game object? I think I need this shit here. Without this, every time the hero list is free. Oh yeah, maybe this will solve that issue. Maybe not. Um, so maybe having the hero spawn as a child of the county in the hierarchy. So that is an idea, but right now we're not going to do that. We're just going to have the hero list. Look at this long ass shit we have here. Okay, so that's one less big line of garbage. A bunch of spaces there. That's kind of whoa. Uh, okay, so this is the prefab. We are spawning it. This is the location we're spawning it. This is the rotation, and this is the parent. And I guess where you have this hero hierarchy list where we just have some. What? What? Uh, this is attached to the prefab. That's not what we want. I have too much shit out open. We're going to be looking at that in a second. We're going to be looking at that. Token info, I don't think we need right now. We may look at that, but we're just going to close. Building checker, we don't need that. Army movement, we definitely don't need that. We may need that. We already looked at the population list. We already fixed that. We already did that. We already looked at that. Select here, we're not looking at. I have a feeling we're going to do that. So here's where we were. I guess I could have just clicked down here. So we're just getting the game object of this thing, and what a weird way to do that. Wonder why we decided to do it that way. What's another way we could do that? I mean, that works. I guess we'll leave it that way. We toggle. So when a hero has been spawned, we're turning off its the toggle that is currently attached to this game object. Yep. And then we're turning this, we're numbering that. This is that numbering thing again, which we were trying to get away from. Let's just comment this out for now. And then the hero game object is becoming this thing, which is what we want. We are assigning the sprite to this game object. We're getting the component. We're just assigning the hero selected sprite because it's been selected, which I think we're going to change. I'm going to put this Well, we'll deal with that later. Set the hero as already selected. Oh, this is where it's going to get crazy. Currently selected hero is going to equal that. We're going to have to change. I think this is what started it all, actually, was the token stacking. We're gonna have bugs. I know I've said that 6 times. The location is now set to the currently selected county. Isn't this a... I guess it isn't. I would like this thing to not operate this way. I would like it whenever the hero is selected just to know it's been selected and set its own thing. It's to be controlled by the game objects script. The spawned, the selected game object script. Oh, we could just comment this out, and then when it gets fucking bugged, we'll know that that's where we need to fix it. Okay, so back to this. We're gonna have all sorts of issues here. Hero selection, that looks right. We're turning on the hero info panel, which is what we want. We're turning off those things, which we want. Add the hero to the hero stack list and increment the spawned hero count. Okay, I remember this is for something. We're inserting this token game object at that's seems weird. We're doing a new. Isn't this thing just a list of... Yeah, isn't the spawn token list just a list of game objects? Um, that's by county? This is like the long way to get here. Yeah, it's just a list of uh, game objects. I'm not quite sure why we need that new list bullshit. Am I not using insert right? I might not be using insert right. Like this stuff I don't look up on. Um, this stuff I don't look up. I don't ask Chat GPT unless this doesn't make sense to me. What is this thing? What website am I on? Geeksforgeeks.org? I actually just wanted I wanted the wanted this. Why did I put like new list and shit here? Oh, because this is a dictionary. That still seems wrong to me. So this is a dictionary list. And the reason why we have that is because each county is going to have a different list of spawned game objects. I still feel like this is wrong, though. Whoops. What does this say? Look at this. It wants us to put the same thing in. Thanks. Why can't I just put this in here? Yeah, it wants a list. But we already have a list. We don't want to need to put a new fucking list in there. If it's null, we want to do that, probably. I guess this was working before, though? I mean, it was working, I suppose. So why fuck with it? It just seems wrong to me. Uh, and then we're stacking these tokens. I feel like this whole thing is garbage. We will find out. I mean, everything's garbage. It's going to take, like I said, it's going to take a while to rewrite all this stuff. But it will be better code and stronger, more durable code. Currently, my code just breaks at the, if I look at it, it just collapses. Yeah, I like this up here better. Okay, so we got some bugs, which was expected. All right, so this is token info, which is where we kind of like started this whole thing. I don't know why we would be accessing this from afar too. It doesn't look like we are. Let's get it the fuck out of here. So this should be attached to the hero prefab. This one. This is where we started this whole journey. And so we kind of moved a bunch of stuff from the hero list to this token info thing. And so what should be happening is like when this thing spawned, a bunch of the information is kept on the game object instead of in some random list. And then we're gonna have we have an additional. This one's blue too. Um, fuck was I was gonna look at my. Oh, I cleared my console. No, why did I do that? Oh, I just wanted to make sure there weren't any bugs. Name game object. Set active true. Okay, I know what it's talking about. I know what it's talking about. It's talking about this thing. So this thing, name game object, needs to be this thing. I'm not sure. I think it's that one. Yeah, and so we have that turned off at the beginning, but when it's spawned, it should, yeah. So the name is now turning on, but it's getting the wrong information. Um, what the fuck is this? Hero info panel, UI hero info panel. That's gonna be that thing we were just looking at. It thinks hero name text is not set to a game object, which honestly, hero info panel. Okay, so this is this part here. I can close this. Hero info panel. Which thing is it's thinking isn't selected? Make this a little bigger. Oh, do I have some instance bullshit in here? Get component token info dot hero instant. So are we not having? Let's look. Actually, we can look in a different way. We can just hit. We can just look on the in the this thing, in the inspector, the hierarchy. Man, time flies when you're programming. I always say that. Sometimes before I start streaming like a video game, I think, um, I'll just real quick program for a second, and then I'll stream a video game. Oh, I think I know what the issue is. Oh no, that's not true. Currently selected hero. It was up there. It was. I should have left it playing. It was. It was there. Get component. Is hero not being? So let's see. That is. We click the toggle spawn toggle button. We did get rid of a bunch of things here. That's the hero thing. What we need to do is token info in here needs to be assigned to that. And I don't think we are. There is a lot of commented out stuff. I don't particularly like it because it's a pain in my ass. Okay, spawn hero token. It's not a pain in my ass, it's just... Alright, so here's like the first of those things. Let's move this up here. And we can push all this fucking commented out shit. And then we'll delete all that. And then like here's the hero location. We'll put this up here. Because we're putting we'll put all of the same shit up, you know. And then we're gonna need hero. I'm not joking. No, we need hero. Do we have this token info in here? No. We're gonna need Oh, wait, we're assigning this stuff to the list. That's fine. That's fine. We need. We have these like kind of looped back on each other. Just in case they need to interact with each other. There we go. That's what we needed. And I don't think we had that on here. See, it's weird that we're putting. I don't know. That's weird. Hopefully, like I said, this will slowly, like, as we strengthen our code, I hope this is strengthening it, we'll like find and remove these weird things. I should just do the same thing. Like, if I think it looks weird, then we should just comment it out and find another way to do it. Okay, so we're to. Now we're to the stacking of the tokens. So how are we doing this? We're going. What is the spawn? Okay, so the spawn token. We're passing in a spawn token list, which we seem to have already. We've already done. The hero. What the fuck are we doing here? This was part of the whole issue. Is this was getting too convoluted, and I couldn't fucking keep in my mind how this is always working. So we had to go back to the drawing board here. Okay, so we pass in this list of tokens, this list of game objects, and we're gonna stack. We have the game object right here, though. And we have the location right here. So how do we know which one's on top? I think that's what this stacking thing is for. Spawn token list. I think that's what that's for. Is we need to keep track of like the order. So this is the problem that I'm having with this adding and thing over here. Mentally, the problem I'm having. Where did that thing go? Where did that weird shit go? And it's kind of weird just to have this thing sitting here. Where does this thing live? Do we like stick that on the controller or something? Because it seems dumb to have that one thing. Maybe we have it on each. It's on here. Token stack. No, that's token stacking. Where is this fucking thing living? Spawn token list. Oh, it's just a public class. Okay. I was for a second. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so that's just a public class that only has the token. Uh, it's just a list of. I kind of want to just call it spawn token, and then it would just be whatever. All right, so this is a public class. It's probably getting built. We're passing this in. Where are we making this fucking thing? Is were we making this in world map? We are, and it's a dictionary. I don't like that anymore. I don't like that anymore at all. So we're gonna get rid of it. This is some. So this is part of like the whole thing. We're gonna attach this to these, and we already have a script on here called county. And we already have a. Look at this and fucking imploded everything. That's fine. We knew that like I said, we're gonna do this. County heroes stacking. I already remember I kept wanting to rename this. We don't. Let's do this differently. We're going to have. We're gonna do public. We're gonna have to change this to public at some point, but I think what we want to do um, is this, and we can actually just simplify that. What is your fucking problem here? Make read only? No, we're gonna be doing something to that. Then on. Wait, go back to here. Then on awake, we're just gonna have this thing create this, and we're gonna be using this thing. No, I don't want that shit anymore. We could have the whole stacking behavior controlled by each county instead of having it this thing. It would be the same script on every county. Um, what the fuck? I don't need to have anything past this, do I? We don't need this. Why can't I? Why can't I remember how to do anything ever? I suppose. Yeah, that's all up there. We're gonna slowly make that thing smaller. Yeah, all like so much of this is getting torn apart. Yeah, those are just like adding and stuff. I mean, obviously, I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't think we need anything. This is just going to create a list for us that we're not going to do anything with just yet. We're going to, right here, start doing things with them. Okay, so where the fuck is this thing? This is hero movement. So this is attached to token stacking. Let's look at token stacking here. How much time do we have? Yeah, so we should probably be able to. We don't need the fucking timekeeper open. We don't need the grid creator. That's a whole different game. We don't need this thing open. We do need this. All right, we're gonna get rid of this whole script. Yeah, we're like using hero index dot, and we're gonna get rid of this whole script. Um, I copy that though, and I'm going to comment this out so we get more bugs. Well, I don't know what I did there. What's your problem? There we go. Now we only have 10 errors. I was actually joking to myself that I thought we would have like 100. I was joking when I said now we only have. All right. So we're going to put this token stacking thing in here. Stack tokens. We don't need to pass in a list because it's going to be this fucking list right here. Um, let's not fix this though. Now we got our 24 errors. Let's go back to the thing that's calling this. Like, what is this? We want to stack these tokens. When hero movement is finished, all right, let's leave that there because I'm like, how are we doing this? Uh, so the hero, what is sticking strings in here? We probably should change this to a game object. That way, we will have all the information on the game object. I was a big fan of strings, and I wasn't like, so while I was, as I'm learning, I'm like, why is no one else using strings for their comparisons? Why are they always using game objects, and why are they always saving the game object everywhere? Now it makes more sense. They're not gonna say, well, like, what's the point of saving the location as a string and stuff when you can have the actual game object that has all this other information attached to it? So let's actually change both of these, their location to a game object. This is gonna fuck so much shit up. Their destination to a game object. And we're gonna go down here. And we're gonna say, look at how this is all spaced out, all weird. And destination. Yeah, why is this spaced out all weird? And Control K, Control D. I guess it's not that weird. We're gonna bring this shit down here so that it's easier to read. Now we've got other issues. How many? We're only 29. That's not that bad. Yeah, like we have this owner is a string. We should probably change that to like faction name or something. Like we can just change this to faction. And that way, if we need any other information, we can do it. I mean, we're not using that much. Like, computers got a great amount of memory these days. Uh, we don't. We're not starting. Like, there's going to be very limited graphics in this game. Well, not limited, but we're not this. Sorry, I was like, we should just call this faction. Um, we're fucking so much shit up. This is the thing though. I before I started doing this whole project and other projects I've started before this that I gave up on, uh, or put on the back burner, I just told myself, I said, hey, you're gonna have to reprogram so much shit. Uh, this is called county population, but I don't really like that name anymore because it's what it means. It's not like when I see the word county population, I'm expecting a number, like how many people are there, but it's actually like a person in the county. We'll want to change that at some point. This all looks good now, though. We're really taking this thing to task here. Taking it to task. I don't know. Okay, this stacking thing though is a different issue that we just caused a bunch of other a bunch of other things. See, these are all fucked up. All right, well, we should just start at the top, but I'm going to take a quick break. We might not even get to fix all of these 31 errors. Man, I am thirsty today. Let me. Some Nine Inch Nails is playing. That's kind of interesting. I'll be back in less 5 minutes. I saw the cat was sleeping, and I was like, I should probably turn off this light so that it's can sleep better. Then it dawned on me I was streaming, and can't be doing that. All right, break timer is off. Excuse me. Okay. This was the thing we were passing in, but it's no longer it's gonna be that count. And this isn't like on a wake or anything. This is being called by other things, so they should have already been added into here at this point. The fuck are we doing here? Okay, so the hero that it needs is already in this. That's a game object. So this hero should be the game object. I don't know why it's. What did we call it in this list? Didn't we call it a? It already is the game object. So on the game object, we're gonna get a component. Is this not a? Oh, we need a number in here. This is gonna be I. Um, the game component we're going to want is token info right now, and then we're going to want hero. There we go. So once again, we don't need to do all that numbering and shit. So we're going through this this is a for loop, so we're going through this, and it's the first hero in the list. And then the hero location is the county. So we can just get rid of this shit. And we can go to here actually and change this to a capital hero. And we can change this to a game object actually, because we just changed that this is now a game object. Change each token's order to be lower than the one on top of it. Okay, so this we're gonna need to make sure that this is in the correct order all the time. So we're gonna use ChatGPT real quick. Let me log in. Because it did a thing the other day, and I was like, what is this thing? No, log in. And I want to ask it what it was like in queue or something. It was, where was that? Oh, it was my combat log and this other thing. Queue. DQ. In queue. What is this queue thing? And you can usually say like in Unity or C# and it will figure out like if it's what you're talking about. How does queue, is that how it was? In queue, queue. Can, can you have a queue of game objects? And it'll figure it out. What percentage do I have this at? Let's go to 150 so you can read this better. In Unity, can you have a queue of game objects? And it just played Kate Bush. Wow, it's never played Kate Bush for me. I love Kate Bush. In Unity, can you have a queue of game objects? And how does that work? Let's just see what it tells us here. Let's see what it tells us. So it wrote that part of that code like a little tiny bit. Oh, it doesn't have one. Whoa. Okay. Um, to add a game object to the queue, to remove and retrieve the first game object from the. To remove and retrieve the first. What? How a queue different than a list? A queue and a list are both data structures used to store and manage collection of items, but they are different characteristics and serve different purposes. Ordering. A queue follows the first in, first out order, which means the items are processed or accessed in the same order they were added. The first item, because we're going to be like changing this order. We're going to be, so we want the first, the first one is the first one in the stack of tokens. There, so there's the top one, the next one, and the next one, and then when you click on it, the bottom one goes to the top. The first item added to the queue is the first one to be removed. On the other hand, a list does not enforce any specific order. The first item added to the queue is the first one to be removed. Oh, I see. We don't want a queue. We want a list. All right. So, fuck this thing. Get it the fuck out of here. County hero stacking. It just dawned on me we should rename this to county token stacking. Okay. So what it's doing, we have this assigned. So for the first one, which is the top, so 0 is going to be the top of this. What the fuck is this thing? This is going to be hero as well. Wonder why I had a 0 in there. This is going to be spawn token list count. Oh, I remember what I was trying to do. We were trying to get it so that only the top one is going to show this. Which is counter text should be this, which is we needed, well, we'll just do an if statement. Or we could do a switch, I guess. If spawn token list dot count is greater than 1. All right, so we have a couple of different things that are going to happen. First off, all right, so I see why we were kind of, no, okay, no. We want, we might already have some of this in here. This is just going to set all of their text counters to this, which is fine, actually. We're not actually turning those on and off unless it's the top one. If it's greater than 1, if spawned token list is greater than 1, token list 0, no, spawned token list 0, counter game object is set to 1, else, or if it's greater than 1, we turn this on, otherwise we turn that off. If it's just one, if we have one in the stack, we don't need the counter to be there because there's just fucking one of them. And so this is turning that on and off from the 0 position. If I equals 1, we want to turn on the spawn token list, game object, token info, name game object. All right, so that's right. We're going to do the same thing here. I don't think this is working right, though. I think this is why we started. Game object, transform position. Why the fuck were we doing this? Oh, I remember why. Okay, so the ones below the top one are moved off to the side a tiny bit. So that's what this is doing. What does county stand for? Hero location. So that actually should, because this is a game object now. Hero location is a game object. So this is a game object that is a county. Oh, wait, but what it's asking for is the spawn. And we have that in a. We have that in a list somewhere. I'm going to put these all at the bottom. They're annoying me every time I go by, and I just want to save them for later so I don't have to retype all that shit in. That's all that it's there for. And we can just get rid of that shit so there's less of it in the way of my code here. That's literally the only reason why it exists. We'll leave that there because I can't quite remember what that is. Okay, what the fuck was I looking? Like, I took a bunch of that shit. Look at how many comments there are that are not. Everything's commented out. What the fuck was I doing? Hero spawn location is. I actually think this might be on here. Oh, this is very old. This is how I used to do it. So I was thinking we could stick a county info button or a script on here, a monobehaviour, kind of how we're doing these other ones. That actually might be a better solution than this world map load thing. I mean, having it in here. What am I looking for? Oh, we want this to be gone too. We're getting rid of dev view. We're going to rewrite it a completely different way that will turn on and off. We're looking for hero spawn location, which was. I mean, I know where it is in the hierarchy. I wonder if it's like on counties or something. It is. Okay, so if that is the case, what are we doing? How are we assigning this? Um, so those are all null right here. And man, we are tearing. I'm literally thinking about these comments that this developer who was really nice um, made it in chat. He was like, there's a way better way than having these get children thing. And he actually talked to me after my stream. We actually did like a screen share, and we went over some code, and he told me some stuff. He taught me some stuff. Um, he was like, this is like so error prone, and it is, because if you move around anything, so what those are is each county has this, and if I move these around, then suddenly the shit's all fucked up. Uh, and we're kind of like, so like we're trying to get this from this list, but once again, I think it might be better to have like a county info thing. We would just drop those into here. It doesn't matter what fucking order they're in. When these are getting created, we can add them. We can just say, hey, here they are. In this current situation, we're just making so much extra work, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a new script called county info. Like we had token info, this is gonna be county info, and we're gonna pop this fucker open. We're gonna attach this to each county. These aren't prefabs though, but they are. We'll just have to put in here. Then we're gonna need a public. Um, we're gonna need a public. Are these game objects that I'm doing? Yes, they are game objects. This one is going to be army spawn point, or we'll just call it army spawn. And the other one is going to be a game object. I was just thinking, hero spawn. I was just thinking, it kind of do this for me, fuckstick. I won't do it. Private set. We don't want anything else fucking with this. We actually, I think, want it. Oh, we won't be able to drag and drop shit in there though. I don't think. Let's try it. Oh, it won't compile in its current state of agony. All right. Well, we'll leave it like this. Um, where is our county public class here? We're gonna get rid of these. And once again, this is just adding more and more errors to everything, but it's not a problem. Oh, you got a comma up there. We just got lucky with that line where we can just comment those out, and this is fine. And then once again, we're just going to start at the top and go through. It says only 11. I don't know why it's doing that, because we have way more than 11. We got a good 45. I was going to say 4,500. It was going to be my guess. Okay, so we don't need these two nulls. We'll probably make this a text file at some point, like a JSON or something, and pull these in here this way. Yeah, see, like the auto thing isn't really working. Okay, so where are we? Counties, county name. What is county name in this situation? County index. County index equals 0. I was having some weird issue one day where this wasn't working as with I. I'm going to change it to I. Because now I'm used to it being I and everything else, and so that's throwing me off. So it's going down. It's setting this string so we can get the dictionary. All right, so this is for population. Get game object from center of county assigned to the correct county in list. Get game object from center and assigned to correct county in list. Well, we already know. Why did we do that here? Yeah, that's a good question. So we don't actually need this here anymore because this is going to be assigned by dragging and dropping the fucking things. And let's attach this county info to all of these counties. So these will manually be done. It's not the end of the world that we have a few manual things, and in each script is going to be uh, like each county's going to have a bunch of different information on it. So it's like it's not the end of the world that we're. I don't know if it's going to let me do this. Yeah, we need to be able to let it compile. That's a ways off here. Okay, so the new hero. All right, county name. Yeah, this is going to be kind of a pain to fix, but that will be fine once we. So the player faction is just some dumb thing that I assigned at the beginning. What the fuck am I listening to? It's like country music. It's PJ Harvey. I love PJ Harvey. No, not her country-esque songs. Player, come back here. Faction equals that name. But we actually want it to be this. When is this getting? What? This isn't getting generated until later, though, I don't think. Where is this getting? Where are we using this factions thing? I need to put this back up here. Deduct cost of buildings. That creates the factions. First run top info bar. Assign faction name and color to faction. Oh, I know why this is like this. This is stuff I typed into the inspector. That's why it's under the controller, and I just typed this stuff in here. It's not actually the way I like to do it very much because it throws me off every time I do that. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so that's gonna be there to wake, but so we just got to put this thing. Um, did I call it factions? Yes. That's just gonna be. It's gonna be a faction. I don't know what we're doing with this faction ID right now, so I'm gonna leave it there. Cannot convert. So this is its starting location, I'm pretty sure. That doesn't give me any information. So faction, this is currently just a name. And game object is going to be this. So this needs to be the county, right? Let me look at this one more time. Yeah, the county's game, the county game object that where this thing is basically. What do we do in this thing? So we have a county dictionary that has the county population, but where do we get? Oh, we're passing in a string of county name, total population. So what are county? If we have county name, actually, where was it asking for this change? Right here. It's this thing right here. If we have county name, we can go counties, county name. Um, I don't think we have game object in here. So let me think about this. So in this particular situation, what are we doing here? We're passing in the county name and we're passing in the total population, and then it's generating this stuff from this the population. We're having a list that's the population, the county population dictionary. We're adding all this stuff in. This is just more list stuff. These are the IDs. We did this really difficult. We made this like the hardest way we could. Uh, and we're in world map load, so that's where it's getting this thing. Oh, wait, this isn't what I was looking at. I was looking at this. We're needing to assign. Why are we doing this? Oh, this is this is just for the location of the where the hero is. Um, I'm thinking. I'm deep in thought here of how we can do that. Well, obviously we're gonna need to put a game object in here, but how are we gonna assign it? We have that list of game objects, but it's weird to have. Where was that list? We're gonna have to match this up, which is kind of it's back to that thing like it's so error prone. Man, I only got 30 minutes left. I feel like I need to hurry. I definitely want this to be a game. I was trying to think like, should we just go back to the string thing? But no, I definitely want this to be a game object because we're gonna have other things when we do pathfinding and stuff like, hey, how many how do you get to these other neighbors? you know, what are the neighbors of this? You can't, you know, currently you can just zip to any county you want, but we're going to want to have like, what are the neighbors of this? And if you click on a neighbor, then you can go there. You can't click on one far away. It's just going to be like, no, fuck you. Or we're going to put actually pathfinding where it will go to the closest one and then to the next one. But, I'm surprised this doesn't work. Oh, this is because this is now whatchamacallit. Anyways, that's now a faction, not a name. Um, okay, so we definitely are gonna need the in the county list. We're gonna need to assign a public game object. No, that is the actual county. This is the game object. This is the county. Is the parent of the county. Wow, that's a that time it filled in some nice stuff. Let's put in part of this. And then down here, yeah, I think this might be wrong too. We have a bunch of lists. Oh no, this isn't a list. Each county does have its own list. Um, okay, now back to that thing. So that will fix that, but we need to assign the county at some point. I mean, I guess we're gonna really need to like knock out these. Okay, so this is creating the county dictionaries. We actually, oh, we are already doing it by lit. Oh, okay, so we can actually just stick this. This is very sketch. But you see how it's all manually done. We're gonna have to make, like I was saying, we'll probably need to pull this either from a. I would like to pull it from a file or something. So also like modding is easier. Where do we need to put this though? Is capital. County ID is capital. Um. Oh wait, this has a different. This is like probably just called game object. We'll just guess. Sure is. And then we're gonna copy this. Should be. Oh, this is a capital too. All right. Oh, this is some weird. This is some weird version of this song. Oh, we got to do something else when we put these here. See all it's all zeros. We need to put this. We need to number this down the. Um, we need to come back and renumber this shit. Why did all my bugs go away? I had like 45 of them or something. I know there's some in the other. Okay, so this is why I said this is like error prone. There might be a better way to do this, but we'll deal with that later. We have so many other issues with this re-strip, rebuild. All right, this is a terrible version of this song. Every day is exactly the same. It's like a great song. Oh, this is another live. Can you just say, don't give me any garbage, man? I don't want to listen to that. This is all my music here. Let me fix this. Let's just go to a new mix. Okay. This is all wrong. Go back to these bugs. Let's clear. We're at 40. Okay. Look at this thing. Oh, here's one of those stupid dev view things. Get the fuck out of here. What are we comparing? I wonder, can we just compare the game objects? Is that even possible? Oh, this is called county. I don't think you can just compare. Yeah. Oh, this is faction? Oh, I guess that's different. Okay. All right. Right. Um, faction. County. Game object is the game object. So in this particular case, it's named, and it better be. Oh wait, this is the faction name versus the county name. That's never gonna work. So what do we got here? We got currently selected county. Isn't this a game object? Shut up. Get that out of here. This is a game object. What do we got? So we would have the token, sorry, the county info on there, but let me think about this. Um, currently selected county is a game object, and we need to get the game object's faction to make sure. Okay, so there is. What am I doing? Get components. Name is not what we want, but we want this. To have this on here. We do have faction in here, so we're gonna want this. No. Public. No, we want the county, and it's gonna be a county. Okay, we need to rename that other thing. That thing's named wrong. It was under. This needs to be renamed to game object. And this needs to be renamed to game object. There we go. And I think that's what we want. Maybe not. So how are we going to assign? We need to assign this to the. Not token info. That's a different thing. Token stacking we're not dealing with right now. I mean, we're going to in a second. Well, not today, probably. No. We need to assign this to this. So in world map load, in world map load, sorry, I started singing along to my. We have the game object. We have the game object. County list creator. Instance county list name. So for 0, you get 0. The reason why I can't do like a for loop is because these are all just like manually put in there. So on the game object is county info. And we need to assign this to that, I'm just curious if this is, it's actually a pretty good thing there. Uh, Wait, am I going backwards? No, I am not going backwards. Sometimes, you know. No, I just want it to equal this thing. I don't think you can't equal then and equal another thing. Why isn't it bugging out? I'm like sitting here waiting. All right, I don't like that, but this is what we're going to do here. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to get it out of here. Oh God, what did I just get that shit the fuck out of here? I hit tab to accept that thing. I just wanted it to fill out the four. What I can't even remember. I just had a for loop right there, and then I got rid of it. I equals 0, and then we need I is less than. Count. Then I probably have the dumbest look on my face when I'm singing along. Uh, there's a for loop right here, and I scrolled all the way down to some other for loop. All right. Okay. um, I wish I could test this stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's. I wonder if there's an easier way to do this. Okay, so on each game object, I mean, we could actually tear this all up and assign this stuff later. Like to have a for loop do most of it. To do most of the inf, because looking at it, it's all like zeros and shit. Well, all but one. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, I've said okay a lot tonight. Today. UI County Panel. The population button. What is this? If Okay, so this is if you own. Yeah, is this what we originally were working on, and then we had to get back here. Currently selected county. It has a name. It's a game object, isn't it? Currently selected county is a string. Really? Well then, if it's just a string, why are we testing it against all that other stuff? Like I said, like a lot of these changes that we're fixing, we're not fixing anything. We're just moving it. We're just causing issues for later. Uh, on enable, refresh the panel if not your county, motherfucker. Um, this is kind of dumb. Originally, I was trying. It's only two things in here, but I think maybe I'll just get rid of that. Um, uh, this is another refresh panel. If But doesn't this seem like why do we have Okay, so this makes sense. We're checking this counties. Well, on panels though, we don't need to check if this is just a string. Why are we going through all those lengths to get the name of the thing when it's assigned it's assigned right there. Oh, we're getting the faction name. Oh shit. Um I did something bad there. I wonder if that other one was that way. It probably was, and I didn't. Yeah, they're never gonna match, and I'm gonna be like, why isn't this matching? I don't even know where that fuck that was. It was. We could search for this probably, and yeah, this is the player faction name. Okay, that's the faction name of that county. All right, so that's that one. That's the faction name. Here's the one. Okay, so what was that other shit? Do I have it? No, it was like it was like this. Um yeah, and then it was like dot faction name and color dot name. Yeah, that's look how convoluted that is. We should probably figure out a better way to do that. But back to this thing. This really is just a string, huh? It is. That's easy to fix because this is a game object that's actually named. It's talking about these things. What we got? We're down to 35. Didn't I just fix this one? No. On enable, the hero info panel, we would like to have the hero owner text get token info.hero.faction. Currently selected. What's your problem here? There we go. Yeah, I know I look like a total dumb shit as I sing along, but you know what? I gotta enjoy what I'm doing here. I'm not gonna enjoy life, or you know, I gotta take you gotta squeeze the smallest amount of pleasure out of anything that you fucking can. All right, what the fuck is this thing? Oh, this is we're back to what we were trying to do this whole fucking time. We're back to here. Okay, this is a game object now, and but we're not. We're just calling this like hero spawn or some shit. No, we gotta get. No. Yes. All right, we got rid of whatever this thing was. Token list. Okay. All right. So this is if it's 0. This is spawn. Whoops. This is spawn. Token list. I mean, we're leaving it as I. It has to. If it's 0, then whatever. And this is just going to be a bunch of changes to. Once again, this is going to all be busted, but. And then this is going to be a new vector 2. Right, we're just pushing it off a tiny bit. We could stick these up here so that these are shorter. But for now, we'll just put this. I mean, we could just put like county info up here, and then we would have it ready to go. But we'll put it. Bam. Down to 27. I'm gonna listen to that song again. That was a Amanda Palmer song. I know I listen to her all the time, but she's got some good songs. She's got some dog shit songs too, but man, it's already been 3 hours. Siphius? Is that the fucking dude's name who he has to push the rock up the hill? Currently selected county. This must be a game object. What do you want? You want a game object. What are we at here? This is its confirm hero recruitment. Get this shit out of my face, man. Replace it with that? No. This is going to be its location. So we have its faction, and then its location is going to be a game object. What's your problem here then? Oh, because currently selected county is man, I feel like we should change that to a game object. It's a fucking string. The thing is, like, if you do that, then this was all caused by me experimenting one day. I was like, what happens if I just put a game object in here? And holy shit, everything fucking exploded. All right, we'll just fix this. I was thinking we might get into that, but we really need to be able to compile it, at some point. We got it to compile for 1 second, and then we had to. What the fuck is this? This is gonna be counties. That's a dictionary. Oh no, we want a game object in there. There we go. How many more? Can I get one more? I'm gonna try to do one more here. That will only leave us with 26 for next time. Yeah, get this dev view shit out of here. I'm enraged by its existence. There we go. All right, one more. We got another one here. We got another 2. These are easy. These are easy though. We actually should probably use variables up here like strings. It'd be way like county faction whatever. It'd be better to have that up here. Now that I'm more comfortable doing that, I understand how it works better. It used to enrage me. Frustrate. It used to bother me because it would make me hard. It would make me hard. It used to bother me because I would get a powerful erection. It used to bother me because I couldn't quite. It's so when you look. I need one as an example. Well, whatever. So you would have to constantly be referencing back, but now I kind of understand how it works. I do understand how it works, so that if everything's kind of named the same, it's always going to reference pretty much the same things on the different items. So whatever. It's easier to do now. So what the fuck am I doing here? If game object equals the instant currently selected hero, we're going to try to do this last one. Var hero token. Oh, we're back to the stacking shit. Oh no, this is selecting. Oh, this is so we're clicking on a game object, and if it's already selected, we want it to do something else. Hero spawned tokens. Actually, this is a great spot to. This is because we're now onto some other whole thing. So let's push this code to GitHub. Let's save this thing. My music suddenly just shot up in volume too. And rebuilding count or started building county info. And there might be some point someone's like, "Oh my God, you don't want to use all these game objects as compare, to compare like their names and stuff. Like that's a terrible idea." And if that's the case, good God, this song. Why is this song so fucking loud compared to the other ones? And if that's the case, then we'll go back and fix that. That's just how it is. Until I'm more experienced, we're just gonna noob this shit up, back and forth forever. But that is that is that is it for me today. Thank you for joining me. I will talk to you guys next time.